Alright gang, welcome back to our one-tile challenge here on Calmlands. It is now January, and as you can see, I have purchased a mower here for the front of the Fiat here, and it is working great. We are just kind of killing two birds with one stone here. Instead of buying a big, massive mower setup, kind of contradicting what I was saying at the end of the last episode, I figured why not just put it on the front, and then we can just pull the baler behind, right? And, you know, kind of go that approach. So that's what we're doing. We're just going to, you know, bale them up as we move along mowing. It's not a whole lot of grass, and as I have mentioned a number of times now, the grass is going to get smaller and smaller as we move along. So, this just, to me, seems like the most strategic, fastest way to do this. So that's what we're going to do. And pretty happy with it. So what this one is it's just basically a lizard. It's a mod. Not the unrealistic. It has the ability to be unrealistic. We're not going to be doing that at all. There's actually two of them in the mod hub that you can purchase. Well, there's two of them actually in the shop, I guess I should say, that you can purchase. We're not going to be doing any of the ones that are super unrealistic. It's literally just going to be this one, which is just the base one. Slightly cheaper than some of the other ones out there. But it's reasonable. It's about $5,000. I think I can get a Pottinger for $5,500. So basically just saved ourselves $500 by going this way. And I'm pretty happy with it, as I mentioned. I think it's going to work out very, very well for us. I really do. This is going to be easier as well for taking care of the sheep, as I had mentioned, right? At the current stance, we have to kind of turn off the silage pit just to store it. I mean, I guess maybe I could put the grass into the silo. I don't know if it'll actually accept it or not. I think that silo is specifically only for crops, not for grass, but it could be considered a crop, I guess, depending on the way that the silo looks at it. But nonetheless, this will be easier because we can stack these up right there in front of the sheep, and it's less having to maintenance the sheep too, right? They can just eat the grass whenever they need it. Then the only thing we really got to worry about for them is the water. How's everyone doing today? Hopefully you're doing well. I do feel significantly better today. It is still, I'm still lingering a little bit with a cough and kind of drainage, but this is the best I've felt in a while. So I'm happy about that. Hopefully that continues. Now today, the house needs furniture, so as you can see, there are more things in there now. I don't know if you could really tell in that fast, quick drive-by there, but you will get to see it more here soon. But it requires furniture, so I would suspect we're 1, maybe 2 episodes away from that being completed, which is exciting, man. That means we can actually start working on the next upgrades that I said I wanted to do. I wanted to kind of move some of that stuff over there. This thing is very slow at backing up. Maybe it's because there's so much hooked up to it. I don't know. Anyway, so hopefully that's the case. And if that is the case, then the next real big objective for us is to start paying off the loan. We've been paying that off slowly but surely, but it is still out there. So that is still the next step. Now that furniture that we're going to be putting in there is going to cost us, I think it's just over $6,000. So that's not cheap by any means. It's going to bring us back down to just above 30 grand, but it'll be good, man. I don't see any way that this isn't either the last episode or there's maybe one more after this. I just don't see any other way. But yeah, things are for the most part good here, gang. Today we're mowing the grass, obviously, because we really need to. We've got 2 more fields we need to plow up today. Probably take a look at the lime in both of those fields as well. There's probably a high probability that they need lime, or at least one of them will require lime. So we'll take care of that too. And some other things we need to do here in the winter months. Specifically, we said we want to find more shed space to store some of these new pieces of equipment that we have purchased. And that is definitely something on my mind. We've got 30 grand. I want to spend a little bit more on the loan, probably 5,000 this episode. Ideally, we want to spend more than that, but it's probably just going to be 5,000 in this episode. And then we'll spend, I don't know. If I can find a shed that's somewhere in the $15,000 to $20,000 range, I think I'm pretty happy with that. That would leave us with about $5,000 to $6,000, which is not a lot of money, but it is enough for us to get by. as we continue to pay off this loan, we continue to be at a point where we are not losing as much money every month. Speaking of that, I do need to take a look in the menu here and see if we can figure out exactly how much we saved, because we paid a lot more in the last episode. So we went from 1,583 to 1,550. So yeah, I mean, not bad. We're dropping, 30-ish bucks every month every time we pay off the loan, so that's good. And I earned some reward points, evidently. I don't know what I was doing to earn rewards points, but okay. I guess maybe just playing the game for so long. I don't know. I know a couple people were asking specifically when the next episode of the Barker Family Farm series would come out. Really, I was planning on having one out sooner, but since I've been kind of sick, I didn't really want to do that series until I was kind of in a much better shape. I feel like I'm pretty close to being there now, so hopefully soon here I'll do another recording for that series. I with it being kind of a role-play-ish type of series, I really didn't want to sound nasally or worse than I normally do. I wanted to try to kind of keep with the same tones and everything if I could in that series. So due to that reason, I kind of delayed recording those for a bit. Hopefully you understand. I'm sure you do. So far we've got 2 bales that have popped out, so that's pretty good. We did have some straw in here, so I'm pretty sure that it flipped over to the straw. We will have to come around and touch up some of these corners that I'm doing. Obviously, the corners, it's not really going to be able to pick the grass up properly, but that's okay. We can do that. It's not a problem. So I don't know how many more we'll get here. There's another one actually in here that can be unloaded right now, but I would think maybe 4, maybe 5 if we're lucky. Still a decent amount of grass left to do. We do have grass also around the area that we can mow. I probably will not be mowing that today. It'll probably just be this field today, but that other grass around the area will likely be mowed in the next episode, I would suspect. Because it's just weeded up grass, like I like to call it, but it is still, profit we could use, or food if nothing else, for the sheep, right? So which would turn into profit once we turn the wool into clothes. So don't have much left to do here, but let's carry on. Let's get this done, and then we'll probably jump into doing a plowing of one of these fields right off that in that same time lapse, I would suspect. So let's get to it. And then once we have all these, kind of taken care of, and I say all these, whenever we have the grass fields and at least one of the fields for plowing all taken care of, we will probably move over a bale or 2 to the sheep, and then the other bales will go directly into our silage pylon. There is grass in that silage pylon right now, which I could turn on. I'm just going to wait and turn it on when we start moving everything over there. Which is going to be a bit easier to do it that way, I think. So let's get to it, and yeah, we'll see how many bales we get. All right, the grass field's done. Was not the most elegant mowing job, but we'll get used to it the more we move along. And we've plowed up that field over there. There's some stones over there that we need to take care of as well. I think I'm going to leave plowing of that field and picking up the stones of both fields to the next episode because, as I've mentioned, we'll need something for those episodes. Now, for the rest of today's episode, we've got a couple of things we're going to be accomplishing. More specifically, we've got to move all this grass over. I'm going to put two square bales over for the sheep, and then the remainder of that will go into our silage pole. We also need to purchase the furniture from the buy point for our house project. And we've got quite a few pallets here of salt. I think the time is actually relatively decent still for the salt. It may not be the best time, but we're going to take a peek at that too. Corn is also the best time to sell right now. I'd like to do something else with the corn, as I've mentioned, so we're going to maybe look into doing that today. Really depends on what kind of money we have left over after we're done with all this, and really potentially selling any of that salt is really going to be the key factor for that, right? So the flour salt, yeah, terrible. The fine salt, it's still relatively decent, 2028, so I guess I could sell some of that. I thought it was a little bit better than that, but I guess I was completely wrong. I forget. It's September and August, really, for these, I guess. Yeah, okay, so maybe not. We might not be able to do what I want to do with the corn. You might just have to sell the corn outright this time. We'll see, though. Could be wrong. We'll see. First off, though, let's go ahead and pick up some of these bales here and take them over to the sheep to make sure the sheep are good. We'll probably need to give the sheep some water as well. The chickens are okay. We'll probably top them off too. They have no meadow grass left. They do have a little bit of grass still there, so they're okay in that sense, I guess. And they do still have some water, so they're okay. But now that we have this, they'll be even better, right? We're gonna start with 2. If it ends up being that they need more than 2, because we do have a full area over there of sheep, then moving forward we'll have to make sure we keep more than 2. But I think 2 should be sufficient for the time being. Now I should. Well, I didn't really line this up properly, but I should be able to pick up both of these without any kind of weight on the back. I did it earlier with the straw. I would assume the grass is no heavier. Maybe I'm wrong, but I would assume they're not. It's not. Oh, I'm way wrong. Oh, boy. Okay. Well, let's just unhook that for now. We'll go grab something so that way we can make sure we pick them up properly. We'll just grab the spreader, I guess. Speaking of that, I think I forgot to do the fertilizing and spreading on one of those fields. Hopefully we don't have to put any tram lines in, but I feel like maybe I didn't, but I feel like I did. Those are all needs rolling. I guess I didn't. I don't know why I thought I did. Huh. Okay, well, staying corrected. I swear I forgot to put fertilizer down, but maybe we did it. Alright, this is full of fertilizer. It should help offset here the weight a little bit, hopefully. Ooh, not much. It's helping a little bit for sure, but it's not that good. And this thing is about to fall off. Alright, there we go. They should be good now for quite a while. Yeah, they got 3,000 liters of food in there. That should be plenty, I think. They're eating about half of that per month now, from what I could tell. And then the meadow grass eventually will come back too, right? Which is a kind of a little bit of a barrier there. So that should be fine. I don't see any reason why it wouldn't be. Now, it does mean that we have to go through here and pick up all of these bales again like we used to back early on. But obviously, we're not doing as much mowing as we were then, so it's really not that big of a deal in my eyes. And, being able to just drop them off in a square bale format is a lot easier than having to stop in the middle of mowing so the round bale can unload. Easier to stack these up too on top of each other, so it's not too bad. In other words, it won't take us too much longer to do it this approach, and I think it's just overall better, especially for the sheep, right? The forage wagon, loading wagon had its part, and it did a really good job of it there for a while, but I think at this point we're fine to do the bale approach. Okay, so now that we have that going, let's go ahead and turn the pole back on, because the pole has been off. Oh, there it is. I'm kind of considering going back to the silage where we add silage additive to it as well. Costs us more money to do so, but I think now that we actually, are making our own, we haven't gone back to that approach. I think it might be smart for us to do that. Would produce a little bit more silage for us, and since we have such a small amount as we're compared to what we did have, I think that might actually make us more money. When we first started doing that, we didn't have our own field where we had planted it, and fertilized it and all that stuff, so we weren't getting the yield we needed, and it really wasn't worth it. I kind of did the math on it. It really wasn't. I think we were only making, I don't know, like an extra $100 total. So it wasn't really worth the effort. But I think now that we, have a more solidified field, I think it might be worth buying some silage additive. So I think we're going to do that today too. Because why not? We might as well spend a little bit of that money on that. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and put this back over here. Actually, you know what? I'm going to leave this on because we're going to go buy the furniture, and I don't know how heavy the furniture is going to be for the house. And if I can buy 2 pallets at a time, I'm going to do that because it does require 6,000 liters of furniture. So that's, I think furniture is just under $1,000. That's $6 grand right there that we're going to be spending. There's a little bit of grass that was missed there. Oh well, that's alright. Okay, so furniture. We're probably going to scroll for a while here. I don't even know where the furniture is in this list. I'm just assuming it's back here because we've never seen it at the beginning, so I'm assuming it's back at the end here somewhere. Okay, maybe not. Oh, there it is. Alright, it does let me get 2 at a time. It needs 6,000 liters, so we're going to have to make 3 trips of this, just delivering these. When we get over here, I will also give you kind of a peek inside if I can, if it lets me. I just missed that completely. Way to go, Z. Because inside it already has, I don't know how 1,000 planks allowed that to happen, but I guess it did. But it's got kind of some furniture in there already, if you will. Furnishings, at least, if nothing else. Yeah, there's furniture in there. So I don't understand why we're delivering furniture when we already have furniture over there, and I haven't like actually delivered any furniture at all yet. But there's clearly furniture in there. So I don't know. Anyway. All I know is we're almost done, so let me get the rest of these over into this, and we can move on. Alright, this is the last bit here, so the house, like I said, hopefully it'll be done. I'm praying that it will be. Alright, that should be all they need, so we'll go ahead and put this away. I'm going to look and see if I can figure out how much it's going to cost us to do what I want to do with the corn here. Corn flour is always an option. I said that's potentially something we could do. I'm going to see if I can do something else. I don't know if it's going to work, but we're going to attempt it. Alright, we've got it down. It is going to work well. We also need to move that wool before I forget. Let's put the corn in here, and I'll take you over to it. I've got the camera specifically positioned one way because I don't want to give it away yet, although I probably will utilize it for a thumbnail, so I guess I've already given it away. But anyway, we're going to unload this into here, and, well, I'll just show it to you. We're going to head over there. We've got a corn dryer. Now, this is just a natural air corn dryer. I've always been infatuated with these things, seeing these in Ohio, because there's a lot of places in Ohio that do have these, and I wanted to kind of incorporate it here, right? So in case you just stumbled across this and don't know for whatever reason, I am from Ohio, southwestern Ohio specifically, and yeah, these are really cool things. So Wanted to incorporate it. It wasn't outrageously expensive, which I was actually expecting it to be a lot more than that. Spend a little bit of money putting down some more gravel over here. Similar, well, it's not even similar. It's the exact gravel that we utilized for the windmill over here, so we'll kind of carry this on. We need to work on this a little bit, this area a little bit more. But go ahead and unload all the corn into here, and it should just fill up and start drying. I don't know exactly how it's going to look. There it goes. It's starting to fill up already, as you can see. Now, this is a very massive storage capacity. It's got like 40,000 liters or something like that. So, easily we'll be able to, fit everything that we have here on the farm. Now, as far as selling dry corn, I would assume, I'm hoping, well, that one, like I said, eventually is going to go away at that sell point. But hopefully, we'll be able to sell it at our sell points, and we don't have to put down a new sell point. But if we do, we do. It should produce us a little bit more money in the long run. Now, it's best to sell corn right now, so really I probably should have just sold the corn outright, but, I wanted to do something else with the corn, similar to what I want to do with the rice. We haven't really figured out what we're going to do with the rice yet. Rice flour is likely what we're going to lean towards, but I've got to be able to find some kind of a production that can get us to that point. While that's happening, while that's unloading, let's just see if we can find dry corn here in the menu and see if it can be sold there. Dry corn, here we go. Little market, perfect. It can be sold, and it actually is best to sell right now. Obviously, we're just now putting it in there. We probably should have did this earlier, but we had bigger fish to fry, so not a big deal if we have to wait, or even if we sell it the next month, if it's dried by then. I don't know how long it takes to dry. I really don't know. But it's basically just a silo, so I would assume it's probably a pretty quick process, but who knows. I do have to get kind of close to the thing. Got to get used to that. I'm not really driving that close to it. Now, you might be saying, well, Z, that looks awful close to this field, and you already have something close to that field. You're right. It just means we're going to do more of the headland pass approach for some of this. But I like where it is, right? The rice field, we've mostly been going the other way with it, so it's not really going to be in the way of the rice field, I don't think. So yeah, there's the corn. Now we just have, I guess it is considered a production. It doesn't look like it would have been. It says it's a silo, but then it's in the production. So we'll just turn it on. 72 cycles per month. So yeah, it's going to be a slow cycle, but that's okay. 100 corn to 80 dry corn. It's going to make us a lot more money. So the dry corn at the best price, it's $7.46, whereas corn just outright. Let's go look at that. 744. So I guess not really. I guess it's not really helping anything, is it? Huh. I thought it was going to give us more money, but it actually kind of doesn't look like it's going to. Whoops. That's all right. I still wanted to put it down. It's not that big of a deal. It's not like it's changing that much besides the fact that we had to spend money, outright. Otherwise, it's not really making that big of a difference as far as the price goes. It's $2 difference, $7.46 versus $7.44 if we sold it outright. So it's not like we're making a ton of extra money off of it, but I don't know. It's fine. I'm happy with it, so that's all that really matters. And I like the way that it looks here on the farm. So let's go put this away. We're going to move the wool over. And that's probably going to be it for today's episode. And the next episode, we'll get the stones up off of this field, plow that field, get the stones up off of that field. Probably do the fertilizing application here on the grass field as well. And hopefully the house will be done. I probably need to move the coarse salt over too, though, today, don't I? We'll do it in the next episode. Today's probably the best time to sell it. I'm sure it would be. It'd be my luck. But that's all right. And next episode, we'll be able to sell the silage too, so that's going to be good for us, right? Probably have to top off the sheep with water in the next episode. Probably top the chickens off too with food in the next episode. So quite a lot to do in the next episode as well, if I'm honest with you. Things are coming together, man. This is step by step. Everything is being put down that I want. So that's a good thing. There I am again. This fork is just not quite wide enough for where the actual pallets are spawning at. It's just a little bit too short, and so I miss it sometimes if I don't get it perfectly. I got to hit it like right on the edge of both pallets. And if I'm not really looking that close at it, then I'm missing it. So I think flour might be good to sell today too, actually. Probably should sell that while I'm at it, but we'll hold off. It'll give us more to do in the next episode. All right, we'll leave the episode there, gang. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, I would greatly appreciate it if you smashed the like, subscribe button on the case you have yet to do so. Both those things help me out an absolute ton. If you have any thoughts, questions, comments, or ideas, feel free to let me know down below in the comments. I'm happy to get back to you on those or anything for that matter. I apologize if I've been taking longer to reply to you than you're normally used to. As I mentioned, I've been getting over sickness. I do feel a lot better, so I should, in theory, be able to reply within the next 24 to 48 hours like I normally do to all of your comments. But yeah, if you want to become a member, links down below. Discord is down below. Discord's completely free. You can join that. Comment with everyone else. Share your progress on different series that you might be running, whether it's by image or by video. There is the ability for you to do so there. Thanks so much for your continued support. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next time.